What's going on, YouTube? We back in the Low Key Cave, Keyshawn Knobs YouTube page, aka Mr. Low Key, and we are back with another movie review. This time we got a new one coming from Netflix, Rebel Ridge. Man, I seen the trailer for this, and I like a good little action movie. Not only that, I like a good movie where somewhat a revenge movie, but I also like to see it when the law is trying to manipulate their power or manipulate their position of authority, and you got somebody coming in and saying fuck that shit, and it just so happened to be a brother. Well, overall, man, I went into this waiting for some all-out action. I went into this waiting to see this dude just take out a whole police force or whatever. That's what I went into this thinking that we was getting. But this is not that, and I'm actually glad. I love the development of this story and the build-up of this. But not only that, this is not John Wick. This ain't Rambo. This ain't Walking Tall. It's as far as movies that I feel like will be referenced to this. Not so much John Wick, but as far as the whole thing with man versus the law and stuff like that, Rambo will probably be the biggest reference you will get to this movie outside of movies, like I said, Walking Tall with The Rock. And I think it's another one that doesn't come straight to mind right now. But we've had these type of movies before, especially dedicated to like a little small town where you got pretty much the law taking advantage of the authority or whatever. So going into this movie, you're going to be immediately mad. Like, you get pissed off as soon as the movie starts. Because you had this guy named Terry who's riding his bike into town, and he gets knocked off his bike, like physically knocked off his bike by a police officer who said he was trying to get around him, but he couldn't hear him. The dude had headphones on or whatever. But even after all of that, this guy is still presenting himself with respect to the officers. He is still being very charismatic. He's not being over the top. He doesn't have any attitude. He's being very, very respectable with these men of the law or these officers, and they're just giving him his ass a kiss. They just talking all type of shit. But what it is this guy's carrying a large sum of money. And we do find out what he's carrying this large sum of money for, which is to go bail out his cousin. So now they got a situation where they saying they're going to have to hold his money. And it's like he has a certain time where he has to live with his money so he can bail out his cousin because he don't want him getting sent to a certain facility. So the way this story starts to build as far as the whole thing with the judicial system, as far as the way the law works, especially when it comes to certain small towns, and just the way they can try to manipulate the law or manipulate the judicial system as far as the court procedures or whatever. That's where I really like the way the story dived into that, because yes, you get your action moments or whatever, but it's a build up, especially with this character, because you don't even get a moment in here where you got him want to go up against this police force for no reason. Like, even after all this shit goes down, this guy is still trying to come up with reasonable ways just so he can get this money to go get his cousin out. And he's even still trying to work with these police after the illegal shit they've done to him. But even after all that, once again, you getting so pissed off because the guy's still being nice. He is still sitting up here like, yeah, you know what? Can I just get this certain amount? Because it's a big old conspiracy going on in this town and with this police force as far as the budget, as far as pretty much the town is broke. The town is broke. So these guys or these police officers have pretty much been doing these little schemes here and there and been using like certain things with the law as far as misdemeanor charges, felony charges, just so they can do something as far as keeping this police force in this small ass town, because ain't no money in this town, ain't nobody getting paid, ain't no budget. So he has just become a part of this whole monopoly thing that's going on in this town with this police force, but he ain't the one. Well, what I really like is, once again, you have your action genres and you have your movies like this where it's just an all-out brawl. With this, it's build up, but not only that, it feels so grounded, because once shit does go down, it's like, no, he look like he can really actually do this, and it can actually go this way. Not only with what the police are doing and taking advantage of the law and the way they try to use it and the way the shit, that's another thing that really pisses you off, outside of the fact that you wanting to see this guy just get his cousin out and let him go on about his business, but it's the way they manipulate the situation so bad to keep putting him in these hurdles that he has to jump over until something actually really drastic happens. And then right then and there, you know that's going to push him. And even with that, he still is somewhat like, you know what, I'm going to just leave this shit alone, I'm going to go, and that's what my cousin would want me to do or whatever. but he ends up getting pulled back in with legitimate reasons. My bad, I can't get my words out, but he does get pulled in with legitimate reasons. That's another thing that makes the plot and the story work, because you believe him and why he's going to do what he's going to do. And he's almost on some Batman shit too, because once he does what he does and the shit starts to go down, he ain't necessarily trying to kill nobody. Like, he's not trying to kill nobody, and it's more so of his military background and just everything he's been through. So to see him still showing mercy on these people, because we want to see him fuck them up. Hey, we want to see him take half of them out. Trust me, it's just one particular cop in here that you just want to see him go. You want to see him go. But the way this story is structured, even with the action, and once we get into the action, it's good. It's good. It's not going to be what I think a lot of y'all would probably want, as far as just all-out brawls, like a bunch of jiu-jitsu shit, kung fu, like niggas getting their head broke. Shit gets broken here, but it feels so grounded. It feels level. It's like, no, he could do that. We can see this shit actually happening in the real world. You know what I'm saying? So this thing I really appreciate about the movie, it's probably going to be a little bit of a controversy. Not really controversy, but something with the end. But I think they might be trying to build upon something, which I hope so. Like, you can make this shit a trilogy if you want to. But the way it ends, it's not a bad ending, but it's questions. It's like, what's going on? Hey, wait, what? So it is questions. But as far as the whole development of the story, to me, it's a great build up. It's a slow burn action movie, because once it goes down, it's worth the wait. That's what I would say. But not only that, you indulge in the story. Like, even waiting on the action, you good, because you just sitting there listening and getting pissed off even more because of what this guy's having to go through, just for him trying to do something for somebody else that he's trying to help. And it's like they are bullshitting him. So yeah, man, Rebel Ridge, definitely check it out. It's worth the watch. Netflix on a run right now as far as The Deliverance and Rebel Ridge. But this is definitely one of the ones you should definitely check out, because I feel like they did not something really different, but they made this type of genre of movies kind of a little bit more grounded, and they made the story not really, I guess, yeah, it is relatable. Because I would say this too, it almost, you can kind of throw race in here a little bit, but they don't lean on that either. It's more so about how the police try to use their power and try to take advantage of their power. That's more so what the movie leans on. It definitely doesn't lean on their race or anything, but I mean, those suggestions are in there. Those little Easter eggs are in there. But the way the story goes, it's like we ain't even got to do all that. Y'all gonna be pissed off just off what they doing to this man right here, and what they try to do to other people who try to end up helping this man. But yeah, shout out to Aaron Pierre. I think that's his name. This is the guy that's playing Terry in this movie. I gotta go see him with other things, and the director of this movie, man. This is a one. Like, I was going into this like I feel like everybody else. Like, I was just waiting to see him whoop a bunch of people's ass, which he does do. But I was more so invested in this story along the way of him getting to those moments. But y'all let me know if y'all feel, if y'all had a chance to check out Rebel Ridge. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that notification bell, let you know when I upload new videos. Other than that, we out.